What someone may find is that they feel ashamed of their needs and their feelings, and then they have the need to be perfect. So through being ashamed of their needs and feelings, they will have the tendency to hide their true self. So it will then be normal for them to play a role and for their behaviour to be the result of how they think they should behave, how they believe other people want them to behave. So how they come across is really going to reflect who they are, their true self. And as they feel ashamed of their needs, it can be normal for them to be super focused on the needs of others. So they can have the tendency to try and rescue or save others and to come across as selfless. And being there for others can be a way for them to indirectly fulfill their own needs. However, as they come across as needless and don't make it clear what their needs are, it is going to be normal for them to not get their needs met. And of course, as they are out of touch with themselves, they might not even be aware of what their needs are a lot of the time. And when it comes to their feelings, they can pretend that everything is okay and they're fine, when deep down they could be feeling sad or be in need of some support. And through needing to be perfect, they can experience a lot of stress and pressure to try to always have it together, to appear as though they've got it together, and to excel in one area of their life or every area of their life. And they may often feel exhausted because, of course, this is going to take a lot out of them. And when it comes to why they would be this way, it can be due to what took place during their early years. So when they were very small, they may have been brought up in an environment that wasn't very nurturing. So they wouldn't have got the good enough parenting. As it is said, they would have got parenting that wasn't very good at all. So they may have been neglected and experienced some kind of abuse. And this would have caused them to feel ashamed of their needs and feelings, and as though there was something wrong with them. So losing touch with their true self would have been something that took place very early on, and they would have developed a false self in order to survive. So instead of being able to focus on their inner world and their outer world, they would have ended up being focused solely on the outer world, because if they didn't do this, they may have been harmed even more. And due to the messages that they received, they would have come to believe that there was something wrong with their feelings and needs, and that they had to be perfect. So what this would have done is cause them to feel ashamed of things that are part of the human experience. So just as if they were a bird, let's say they would have been able to fly, or if they were a dog, they would have been able to, or they would be able to offer unconditional love. These would have just been part of their experience as they are a human being. To have needs and feelings and to be perfectly imperfect, as is often said, is simply part of the human experience. But due to how they were treated early on and the meaning that they gave to what happened, because of course at this age they would have been egocentric. So it wouldn't have been that there was something wrong with their caregivers and that they were wounded. It would have been there was something wrong with them. So they were being treated badly because they were bad. And of course this is not the truth. There is nothing inherently wrong with them, and there wasn't ever something inherently wrong with them is simply because of what was going on for their caregivers. So it will be essential for them to consider and to reflect on the fact that having needs and feelings and being imperfect is part of the human experience. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It's simply normal. So if you can relate to this and feel ashamed of your needs and feelings and often feel the need to be perfect, to look as though you've got it all together and nothing phases you, please reflect on this, what I've said. And if you need support, please reach out for the support that you need to gradually change your life, so that you can surrender and really accept that having needs and feelings and being imperfect is just simply part of the human experience. And as you start to accept this, your life will become a lot easier, because you will be able to accept that you are an interdependent human being. You're not your own island, and you are not meant to be perfect.